Hiya, and welcome back to Remember the Flowers, the game that teaches us that that Cooper is a fucking sugar daddy. Legit. Yeah, there's gonna be like a metric fuck ton of lag. Anyways, let's just hop right in. Hiya. We're in an apartment. I'm assuming Cooper's. I take it that weird pod thing can transfer people to wherever you want. Aw, see, I knew you had a brain. Just took a day for you to turn it on. Anyways, you said you only had 48 hours. Why? If you go over that, we won't be able to exit the front door back to where we started. Meaning we'd open the door and end up where I live. And that is too far for us to travel to resume. I see. Can I go to bed now? I don't care. I look around. It's definitely small. But it's clear that he tries to make the most of it. Can I use your bathroom? Cooper looks worried. About that. What? I ask impatiently. There's no running water here. Oh, so that's why he's a stinky boy. Why? I'm not here often enough to justify it. I usually stay in cheaper pods instead of transferring home. Cooper, when's the last time you showered? Or even took a bath? That's none of your concern. Jesus fucking Christ. Whatever. How do you want me to pee? Just go in the bowl. It'll be fine for a day or two. He has a chamber pot. He has a fucking chamber pot. Glad to hear it. It's down the hall. Got it. Oh. My god. There is something wrong with that man. Whatever, let's just urinate and go the fuck to sleep. I spend a few minutes just trying to get sorted. Not being able to wash my hands was bad enough, but I guess I can't even brush my teeth. I chuckle. Yeah, like that's something I should be worrying about right now. Ugh. I walk back into the living room. I am genuinely terrified. Cooper's nowhere to be found. I shake my head trying to get rid of the headache I'm getting from being up this long. He must have gone to his own room. That's fine, he can give me the tour any other time. I don't even bother trying to turn the lights off. I'm that tired. Lone couch in the room seems like the best bet for tonight. As I walk up to it, I notice something. A folded blanket. Curious, I pick it up. It smells clean with a hint of what I think is vanilla. I guess that wolf can be considerate when the mood strikes him. The PTSD? What PTSD? I flop onto the couch and take one of the only cushions as a pillow. One thing's for sure, this is better than sleeping in that alley. To my surprise, the lights start to dim. There must be some kind of sensor in the ceiling. I pull the covers over me, move my hair out of my face, and start to finally fall asleep. Something's sizzling. Groggily, I sit up, trying to ascertain where it's coming from. I can hear it across the room. Sun is pouring in from the lone window. I guess it's morning. Well, morning. I groan as I stretch, my limbs popping far less than before, but still enough to catch Cooper's attention. Oh, thank God he's wearing pants. Oh, morning. I yawn as I rub my eyes open. Yeah, figures. None of yesterday was a dream. Okay. Kind of surprised I didn't have any actual dreams last night, though. I wish I had a notebook to pencil down all of my observations, but Cooper probably wouldn't know what that is. Guess I'll have to cope with a mental notebook. I get up and stretch again before shuffling over to Cooper. He's manning a kitchenette corner. I didn't really notice it last night. Quite frankly, I didn't care. What time is it? About 9:30 in the morning. We got in around 4:30, I think. Not the best night. I didn't have most of my memory, and I can say for certain that was one of the worst nights of my life. Cooper's frying something on something. He's using a frying pan for sure, but the stove looks weird. At least I think it's a stove. It has 4 solid red squares elevated from the rest of the stove. Okay. It's warm though, even from here. Wait. So you have electricity, but not running water. I have my priorities. Apparently. Hey, if I didn't have to buy every amnesiac I found a new outfit, I would be able to afford it. I groan. It's a good thing you don't have to. I'm joking. If you say so. He rolls his eyes, and I do too. This is already getting old. Although the smell of what he's cooking catches my attention. Kind of looks like spam. What are you cooking? Spam. Ah, that explains it. Wait, y'all got spam here? Sure. He shrugs. Okay, maybe this isn't a dream. Maybe this is some sort of simulation. My eyes start to dart around to look at what's familiar and what isn't. Everything looks like something we'd have on Earth. I place my hand on my back on those ports. You just woke up and you're already having a panic attack. Huh? Cooper huffs as he flips a piece of spam. I don't know how many canines you've been around, but your anxiety is easy to read, even a mile away. Relax. But... Cooper places the spatula down and slowly holds my face so we're eye level. You're going to be fine. No one is out to get you. You're not going to get hurt. Just relax and go with everything. This isn't what I was stressing about. But I play along. He already thinks I'm crazy enough. Thanks, Cooper. I pause. But aren't there people actually out to get me? Oh, right. I'll handle them. Cooper picks the spatula back up and continues sauteing the spam slices. Thanks, I guess. At least he's trying. Anyway, breakfast will be ready soon. Then you'll need to stay here for the day. Why? I need to go and get us some supplies and sell some stuff. We're really that far away? Yeah, I'd like to avoid another day session in the pod, so it'd be best to get as much as we can on foot. Alright. I'll look around. What should I do? Nothing? You don't have to do anything. Well, can I do something? Like what? I don't know. I don't really do well with just sitting and doing nothing. That's a first. Most people I bring along love to do nothing. I guess I'm not most people. Clearly. Plus, I do want to help pay you back for the clothes. Oh, for fuck's sake. I hope you're not going to be self-conscious about them. I bought them on my own volition. I know, but I still appreciate it. Cooper rubs the back of his head with his free paw. I mean, I guess you can clean up if you want. He pauses. Just try not to touch anything. He gestures vaguely. Weird. He can see my confusion. Okay. I'll put away anything that could hurt you. I'm not a toddler. Right, sorry, forgot. Old man. That's not much better. Deal with it. He smirks before placing the spam on some plates. I don't know why, but it feels unnatural seeing spam here of all places. Regardless, I join him at his couch and we start to eat our second meal together. Once we're finished with breakfast, Cooper tells me to wait on the couch for a bit. Eventually, he comes out with crates, similar to the ones back at the alley, and puts them in the living room. There are 4 in total. They're huge, but not small either. Well, they're not huge, but they're not small either. Okay, there's nothing but junk in these. You can keep whatever you want or throw away whatever you want. I don't really care. Thanks, I guess. If there's nothing but junk, then what use am I going to have for these? Are you just training me to be your dumpster diving assistant? What? He pauses. Anyway, it's about time I head out. You'll be gone most of the day, right? Yeah, probably until supper. I snort. Supper. What? Nothing. You just use funny vernacular. Whatever. Cooper rolls his eyes before he grabs his jacket and his rifle. Before I leave, let me give you a proper tour of the place. I'll show you what to avoid too. Such as... I'm glad you asked. My room is off limits. Period. I do not know how to spell. Isn't it obvious? I don't know how to spell. Fine by me. I'm almost scared to imagine the kind of mess his room is. As you can see, there's not much here in the living room. You can vacuum if you want. Carpet could probably use it. The kitchen corner's here. Let's see. Cooper flings open the fridge. It's filled with packages and produce I don't really recognize. Besides one big compartment of something that looks familiar. Are those mushrooms? Yeah, they are. You can have some if you want. Not really the biggest fan. So why do you have so much? This kind keeps for a long time. Useful in a pinch. I got these about 6 months ago, I think. But that's handy. Just wish they tasted better. Cooper says with a grimace. Anyway, there's canisters of water in here if you get thirsty. Okay. Cold water actually sounds nice right about now. There's some other stuff you could eat. I'd say anything on the first 2 shelves would be fine, even without being cooked. Anything below there would probably upset your stomach. Noted. I nod. I'm not the pickiest eater, but I do want to make sure my stomach is at 100% before trying anything foreign. What else? There's the bathroom. Cooper gestures down the only hall leading to the bathroom. I went in there last night, but I didn't get the best look. It wasn't very big, though, so I don't know why he's pointing it out on the tour. Toilet, sink, shower. All of which have no water. For now, I'll see about turning it on for tomorrow. I snap my attention to him. What? If you can get me a hot shower tonight, I'll be yours forever. Ha! Who would want you forever? He smirks before pulling open the shower curtain. There are boxes filling the tub. What's that? My ammo. Why do you keep gun ammo in your shower? Where else am I going to put it all? Oh my god. Cooper can see my dumbfounded expression and snorts. I'm kidding, it's just more storage. I'm not here very often. If you can clear it up before I'm back, the shower's all yours. I start beaming. Now that's incentive. Deal. Try not to look so desperate, it's not an attractive quality. I'm sure you're quite familiar with unattractive qualities. Cooper tries to roll his eyes, but I can see that smirk curling up. That's it for the tour. Do you have any questions or specific needs? I can immediately think of a dozen off the top of my head, but most are superficial wants rather than needs. I can think of a few if that's alright. Shoot. Could I get a toothbrush and toothpaste? I saw some in Cooper's bathroom, but I'd like to get my own if possible. Probably. I think I can do that. Anything else? Well, time limit, remember? Okay. I just wanted to know if you could get me a journal to write in. I can't afford to get you an axiom. No, I mean like a physical journal with a pen and paper. You seriously don't write on paper, ever? Cooper raises a brow. I should have expected that. Not really. It's kind of wasteful, isn't it? I don't know what to say to that. What do you do when your axiom loses battery? It doesn't. Huh? I've had it for a couple of years and I've never needed to charge it. It's somewhat solar powered. How's that possible? Don't ask me. I didn't make it. Anyways. Oh, right. Could you try and find me a journal and pen? They have to sell them somewhere. I'll see what I can do. Why do you want them? Just to record my thoughts. Right. That's a completely normal thing to do. Anything else? Oh, no, not really. Honestly, if I can just get a shower tonight, I'll be content. But I won't let him know that. Alright then, I should get going. Sure you don't need me to do anything specific? Not really. No offense, but I don't think there's much you can do in your state. Just take a moment to rest. Alright, I'll certainly try. If you need to try to rest, you clearly have something to work on. I grimace. I feel like I'm being lectured by Diana. Time limit, remember? Yeah. He's leaving for real this time. This will be the first time I've been on my own in all 12 hours I've been conscious. I have mixed feelings about it. Wait, there was one more thing. I'm taken aback as Cooper reaches for my head with his paws, gently placing them on my cheeks to tilt my head up. What the hell are you doing? Looking. I squirm a bit in his grasp. Dude, stop whining. It'll only take a second. I roll my eyes as he inspects my head again. He lets go and circles around behind me. Tilt your head down a bit. I huff but do what he says. Easier to just go along with it than to put up any sort of argument. To my surprise, he starts to unravel the bandages around my head. Some of my hair slumps down as if the bandages were a headband. What? Is it bad? No. I'd say you're healing fast. That's good. Indeed. Hang on, I'm just going to take a closer look. Before I can respond, I feel him parting some of the crusted hair. Thankfully, it still doesn't hurt. I wonder, should I ask him about that? If I could believe more than half of what he says, I'd try. Yeah, I think you'll be just fine. Thanks, Doc. Can you let go of my hair now? Cooper does, and I turn to face him fully. Was that really necessary? Kind of. I did need to check the damage at some point. Wouldn't want my employer to think I hurt you on the way over. How nice of you. Cooper doesn't take the bait, but instead opens his Axiom window. He swipes to the inventory sphere screen and tosses the bandages inside. I'm surprised it only takes a few seconds to digitize. I need to be careful getting rid of these. They could cause trouble. He swipes away the screen. Luckily, I know a guy. Of course you do. Alright, I'm leaving for real now. Godspeed. I have half a mind to push him out at this rate. You sure you'll... I'll be fine, dude. Seriously, there's food and water. How bad could I screw this up? Cooper rests on his chin in thought. Oh my god, just go. Cooper snorts. Right, I'm off. I'll be back tonight. Remember to turn around. Don't look at the doorframe as I leave. I turn on my heel, looking into the living room. Bye, Dad. Have a good day at work. Ha, right. He pats my shoulder before turning to the door. There's a brief flash of light, almost like someone took a photo. Then it's quiet. I turn around. I'm completely alone. I give the loudest and longest sigh of my life as I spin myself around to flop right onto Cooper's couch. Finally, a moment to process everything that's happened. I give my eyes a really good rubbing, letting the color swirl around my eyelids. What a weird day. I inhale one more time to ground myself. Alright, let's figure some shit out. I sit up and get myself together, briefly going over everything concrete. The alley, my memories, and Cooper. Someone left me in that alley, and I guess for at least a day or two. I wonder, why didn't they come back for me? My memories come in at random times, most are brief flashes. I thought sleeping would trigger longer memories, but last night I didn't remember anything. I hope they're not random. I'd like to find a concrete strategy to get them back. As for Cooper, he's kind of an asshole. He's also taken care of me. I don't really know what to make of him. I still don't trust him fully yet because he's way too secretive. The wolf has its moments, though. I'll give him that. I look around his apartment, particularly at those crates. There's a chance something in there could be useful. He said it was mostly junk, but one man's trash is another man's treasure. I'm already becoming a dumpster diver. I don't know how he lives like this. He clearly makes some kind of money. He tells me he's an escort, kind of. From context clues, I'd say he's more of a mercenary. A desperate one at that. Taking a job to bring an amnesiac man home seems bottom of the barrel. I chuckle to myself over the absurdity of the situation we both found ourselves in. Then I stop and think about the situation again, with more scrutiny. Cooper says that he was able to find me from my blood, which I guess makes sense. He had his gun up, so maybe he thought an assailant was still around. This all happened a little too quickly, though. The more I think about it, the creepier the situation looks. Cooper was adamant about not being caught by guards. What would they be guarding? They weren't cops. If anything, it makes sense to take me to some type of authority. I get up from the couch and start to pace around the room as I get deeper into my own theorizing. Things aren't adding up right. I don't think he's lying to me, but he's obviously not telling the whole truth either. He wants to take me to Rasum, but what the hell is that? A sanctuary for humans, he says. Whatever that means. I'm getting antsy again. What else do I know? The Axiom. If I could get my hands on it, I could probably search for all sorts of things. Wait, no. Cooper says he needs to register me in it. God damn it. My racing thoughts pick up along with my pacing. Wait, the Axiom. He used that right after he found me. He got information from an employer, information about me. I stop in my tracks. Wait a second. That motherfucker. That asshole knows so much more about me than I do. I bet that son of a bitch even knows my name. I go from pacing to speed walking with rising annoyance. He has contacts who obviously know about me. How else would they identify me? Just a long white-haired man with a lot of scars? Lots of people have scars. Cooper has scars, for God's sake. No, they had to have told him my name, and lots more about me. What's worse is that if I confront him, he'll just say it's classified. Imagine that, my own name being classified. I can't even be allowed that. God, what the fuck? My stamina starts to run out and I flop back on the couch. I grab the cushion I was sleeping on the night before and just fucking scream into it. My little fit doesn't last long as I start to feel fatigued. I slump against the couch and laugh. Seriously, can't even tell me my own name. I sigh and feel defeated. Looking around, I feel some sort of contempt for the wolf. I'm in his apartment, wearing his clothes, eating his food. At this point, I don't think it's hyperbole to say that he owns me. Part of me thinks that I'm overreacting, but due to the fact that he knows more about me than I do, I think I deserve to get a bit upset. You know what? No, he can clean up his own shit. I'm tired and weak. I don't know why I offered to help him. I cross my arms and sit up on the couch. Then I take a look around. There's really not that much else to do around here. I tap my fingers on my knees. As tired as I am, I will admittedly be very bored just sitting around here. I so desperately want to take a nap, but if I'm going to fix my sleep schedule, I should try and stay up. Ugh. I resign myself to my fate yet again and make my way over to the crates Cooper left me. Okay, well, it's not like I'm doing this to help him. I'm doing this so I don't go crazy with boredom. I nod as if I've convinced myself. That aside, I inspect the crates. They look to be made of some kind of metal. Each one has a keypad on them, but the screens are all green. I assume that's because Cooper unlocked them for me. The ones in the alley looked similar too. Must be a common means of storage around here. Either that or Cooper just yoinked these and took ownership. Wouldn't be surprised. I huff at that wolf and his living habits. In any case, these should keep me entertained for the coming hours. Not really thinking too much about the order, I just picked the first one on my left. The top pops up smoothly at the hinge. Kind of reminds me of a treasure chest. I'm a bit perplexed at the contents. Certainly not booty. I try to tip over the crate, but my arms aren't strong enough for that. Letting out a small annoyed groan, I scoop up a few things and lay them out on the floor. They look like scraps of bigger pieces of technology. They are hunks of metal galore and some pieces of tech I have no hope of comprehending. I'm starting to think I bit off more than I can chew. I can't really organize anything if I don't know what they are. It just kind of looks like junk to me. Cooper's starting to look less like a wolf and more like a pack rat to me. I have to be careful moving these around. There's some sharp edges and exposed wires on some pieces. I guess he didn't think this through. For a moment, the thought of using one of these long shards as a weapon crosses my mind. I shake my head. As desperate as I am, I'm not that stupid. Cooper would easily overpower me. I have to wonder if I ever had experience in self-defense. A memory pops up in my head of Diana absolutely crushing me in an exhibition match she suggested. Guess not. I sort them into two piles, parts and devices. Parts is mainly junk, but who knows, Cooper might need them for something. Not that I'm doing this for him, obviously. Ugh. Halfway through I realize something. How am I going to organize these inside the crate itself? I can feel a headache on the rise. This is so stupid. I think that, but I keep going. At this rate, I'm almost looking forward to making it to resume. Probably more exciting than this. I chuckle to myself. I feel like a kid who was dropped off at an abandoned daycare. I'm nearly done with the contents of the box. As expected, most of it just looks like junk. However, something near the bottom catches my attention. I lean over to pick it up. This feels more like a tablet I would have used, albeit clearly different. The screen itself looks like a black border with a completely transparent middle. The buttons on the side are only part of the contraption that clue me that it's some kind of screen. I shift to a crisscross platform as I attempt to figure out how to operate it. Let's hope there's no passcode or anything. The buttons seem to work, but nothing pops up on the screen. Who knows when this was charged last? Now that I think about it, there weren't many cables or cords in this box. The device doesn't seem to have a port for one to be inserted anyway. How does it function then? I tap the screen mindlessly, trying to elicit some sort of response. What do I know about the technology here? I know Cooper's axiom, but that's about it. Wait, his axiom! It's solar powered, he said, kind of, were his exact words. Maybe I just need to... I get up and walk to the only window in this place. I guess we're high up. Must be an actual apartment complex. I thought this was some sort of ground floor model he found himself in. Using a side, I hold the tablet thing against the window for a moment. Nothing happens and I start to get discouraged. But then it beeps and lights up. I nearly drop it. The screen itself is almost too bright. The screen adjusts soon after, easing up on my eyes. I stare at it for a while. Sure enough, it needs a passcode, but the background is what's captivating me. There are 5 figures on the screen, Cooper being one of them. Wow, this must be old. He almost looks happy. He's being held in a headlock by a bigger white tiger. That tiger is also headlocking someone else, a human. He looks like a rowdy guy. There's a hyena on the right. She seems to be egging him on. Finally, on the very left beside Cooper, there's a deer shaking his head. I'm kind of dumbfounded. Cooper obviously had a life, and I have to wonder what happened to it. I dare say he's blushing underneath that tiger's arm. Not that I blame him. He looks strange without his scars. This must have been from a while ago. Well, I guess this wasn't a total waste. I'm sure he'd be happy to have a memento like this. Water activated. I once again nearly drop the tablet as I hear something over the apparent apartment intercom. Wait, water? Activated? That means I can finally take a shower. I gently set the tablet on the windowsill to let it charge, then speed walk my way to Cooper's bathroom, with a big smile plastered on my face. It took me longer than I would have liked to clear out all the ammunition Cooper stored in the bathtub. Seriously, if he's resorted to using his bathroom like this, I really have to wonder what he keeps in his room. Even though I've worked up a good sweat moving everything, I don't mind. I feel like I've accomplished something. Now that I have a working shower to myself, I could care less too. Inspecting the rest of the bathroom, there seems to only be 2 towels. I hope they're washed. I'm not going to risk smelling them, though. Blech. Now that I think about it, most of this stuff looks like we had back home. The idea of this reality being some kind of simulation crosses my mind again. Funnily enough, that would be the most logical explanation for everything happening right now. Though I've given up on waking up. With some hesitation, I strip off my turtleneck, avoiding the mirror over the sink. Don't need any body dysmorphia right now. It's a shower alright, but I'm not exactly sure how to operate it. The faucet for the bath looks normal, and so does the shower head. But there are no handles or dials. It's basically just a wall of tile. I try knocking against the tiles to see if anything happens. Nothing, obviously. Man, what the fuck? I finally get the chance to shower and I'm not even sure how to use it. Well, I'm just going to... wrong thing. I'm still going to pull up the censorship just to be safe. Where's Cooper when you need him? Not that it happens often. Actually, I've needed him for every step of the way so far, but that's beside the point. Wait, that's it! I should try to put myself in Cooper's shoes to see how he'd go about this, even though he doesn't wear shoes. I'm distracting myself again. I need to figure out how this damn thing works. Cooper seems to use his axiom for everything. Maybe there's a piece of technology in here that operates the shower? I turn towards the sink, briefly getting startled by myself in the reflection. I still look like bloody hell. Oh well, these kinds of casual encounters with my appearance should help elevate future anxieties. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Wait, is that elevate or alleviate? It says elevate. I shake my head to focus once more, then I look through some of the nearby cabinets. There are some things that look like toiletries, I think. Bottles and lotions. I guess those are also a universal concept. Some look like the canister Cooper kept his water in. Curious, I slide my finger at the top and smell the contents. It's kind of floral. I think it's shampoo. There's a decent amount in here, and I could definitely use a bit for my hair. Would he miss it? Actually, I have to wonder if he knew he had shampoo in the first place. Well, that was a nice find, but I still need to find a way to operate the shower. Rifling through the rest of the cabinets is fruitless. Thought there'd be some deodorant somewhere, but I guess that's more of a human thing. With the shampoo being my only boon, I close the cabinets and turn around. I look toward the mirror, this time with more confidence. I choose not to dwell on the reflection as I stick my hand under the mirror itself and pull. The mirror moves open like a door. Oh, that's pretty old-timey to have a medicine cabinet like that. Although I'm not exactly sure what constitutes as old-timey around these parts. Unlike the cabinets, this seems promising. There's a yellow fur-covered brush along with some toothbrushes. Sadly, just canine toothbrushes. I doubt they do me much good. I don't even want to think about what canine toothpaste tastes like. Brushes aside, there's something that catches my eye. Looks like a smartphone. I pick it up and try to fiddle with it, while still being cautious. Wouldn't want it to blow anything up or something. To my surprise, it lights up almost instantly. If I'm right, it's exactly what I'm looking for. The screen has a gauge labeled water along with the slider on the bottom, set in the middle, half blue and half red. Geez, these guys need tablets just to use their shower? I can tell if that's bougie or just lazy. I pause. Probably both. Looking over the screen, it seems rudimentary enough. There's a big button that I'm guessing is a start button. As one does with big buttons, I press it. After a slight pause, the bathtub faucet starts pouring out water. I go to feel it, and it's lukewarm. I slide the assumed temperature slider left and right to gauge the feel. Changes temperature pretty fast. That's kind of cool. Although, unless the tablet's waterproof, I'm not sure how you'd adjust it mid-shower. I decide not to test it, just in case, and slide it almost to the end of the red side. Enjoy the hell water. Hell water. Steam starts filling the room as the faucet spews out hot water. There's another option that can be turned on and off. Off and on. I tap it and the faucet stops before the shower head starts. Damn, look at that. Maybe I can be somewhat independent. I smile at my small accomplishment and set the tablet back on the sink. Once I get my pants off, I met with my final nemesis. My underwear. Even in the dressing room, I didn't take them off. Unlike my face and chest, I'm not particularly nervous as to what I look like down there. I'm more curious than anything. Oh god. With a half shrug, along with the increasing anticipation of the hot water, I go for it and slide them off. Everything looks fairly normal to me, disregarding the white hair. One last curiosity remains. I know I'm not hard, but I take my thumb and measure down to the... Oh god. Huh. I'm bigger than I remember. I chuckle to myself before I finally enter the shower I've longed for. Thought crosses my mind that due to my lack of pain, some other senses might be dulled. Thankfully, it's not the case with hot water. This feels absolutely wonderful. I could probably make it hotter, but even if I can't feel the pain, it wouldn't be good for my skin. Even so, I can practically feel the years melt away. I snort, sounding like the old man Cooper thinks I am. Relaxed old man noises. To be fair, Damien used to make fun of my lack of stamina even back then. I'll need to make him proud by getting my strength back up. I sigh before shaking my head. As much as I miss him, I need to stay positive. I'll figure out a way back to him. One shower at a time. Takes a while to dry off all my hair after I exit the shower. My shampoo was also hard to rinse completely out, which makes sense. I should have used common sense and realized it was meant for canines. But it was worth the effort. My hair feels silky and soft. I wrap the towel around my waist and stand in front of the mirror. Not sure why I thought I'd look less weird with a head full of damp hair. I debate on using Cooper's fur brush, but decide against it. I'd rather not smell like him any more than I have to. After scooping up my clothes, I make my way back to the living room. Guess once I'm dry, I'll have to put these on again. Oh, that's kind of gross. I don't know how cartoon characters can wear the same clothes every day without incident. I set them on the armrest of the couch. The least I can do is let them air out a bit. I plop my skinny butt back on the couch and take a breather. Man, that shower took a lot out of me, in a good way. It was a relaxing experience I desperately needed. Wish I had a hair tie or something, though. My hair is almost dry, but still a bit heavy from the water. Not to mention my hair is making a bit of a mess, which I should have thought of. I get up from the couch, and yeah, the back is a bit damp now. Oops. It'll probably dry by the time Cooper gets back. I wonder how he's doing. Hope he's okay. I grumble to myself. I guess I'm not so good at being independent yet after all. It takes about 20 minutes for me to dry off completely. Rubbing all of my hair with a towel is kind of exhausting, and now I look extra fluffy. The temptation of using that dog's brush grows. I let it go. My hair will settle at some point, hopefully. Not wanting to get into my sweaty clothes quite yet, I opt to just wear my underwear for a while. Cooper's not going to get back for a long time anyway. Once I give myself a good stretching session, I circle back to the remaining crates. The junk crate has been picked clean with barely anything worthwhile in it. I'm both curious and skeptical about the rest. The thought crosses my mind I could do Cooper's dishes for him now that the water's back on. The annoying thing is I actually like doing dishes, but I'm not giving Cooper any reason to talk down to me anymore. So instead, I set out to sort out through his trash. Wow, this really is a lose-lose situation. At the very least, there's a chance I could find something useful. Just a chance, though. I sigh loudly before picking a crate to sift through. To my surprise, it feels pretty light. I could move it around with ease and probably pour the contents out this time. Curious once more, I open the lid. Huh. It's full of clothes. Clothes I don't think Cooper would wear. My curiosity fades, being replaced with worry. Dumping the contents out on the carpet, I met with a mishmash of everything. There are even a few pairs of shoes. Okay, we're really going to have to talk about his hoarding habits. Sure, most of the trash is organized from what I've seen, but why keep the trash to begin with? I sift through the articles of clothing. It's kind of creepy. There's several pairs of pants along with a few pairs of shorts. He even has underwear in there. What the fuck? Wait a sec. Cooper said I could have whatever I find in these things. I'm sure that was some failed attempt at just getting rid of some of this junk, but if there are actual clothes in here I could wear, then this just might be a treasure trove. Motivation is a hell of a new drug, I think to myself as I start to organize all of the potential new outfits. I have everything neatly arranged on the floor in about 15 minutes. Sadly, most of the clothes look too big for me. I hate being such a twig. Doesn't help that some of these are clearly for certain species of beastmen. Still, I was able to salvage a t-shirt and a pair of shorts that don't look awful. I smell them, and thankfully they don't seem like they've been worn much. Just a bit musty, which I can deal with. I wouldn't go out in public in something like this, but at the very least they make good pajamas. That outfit Cooper bought me is nice and all, but I'd rather not sleep in it. Too sweaty for my tastes. There doesn't seem to be a washer or dryer around here, so I should limit how much I wear my clothes. Once I get my makeshift casual outfit on, I decided to look through the shoes I found. There are 2 pairs of boots, some dress shoes, and sneakers. Don't exactly have very big feet. Considering how most of the clothes were on me, I'm not getting my hopes up. Surprisingly, all but one of the pairs of shoes fits me well enough. Maybe a little tight on the dress shoes and big on the boots, but definitely wearable. The sneakers fit almost perfectly, although they're a bit dirty. Still, as much as I like the snazziness the dress shoes bring to the table, they wouldn't be a good idea for the long journey ahead. I'm not in a position to value style over functionality. The boots make some sense though, they provide some decent protection. From a comfort perspective though, I think I'll go with the sneakers. Maybe Cooper has an extra bag somewhere I can bring my own stuff in. Said stuff being secondhand clothing and maybe a toothbrush. Still, it is nice to call some things my own. Even if they were given to me. And by a strange man, no less. Regardless, it's a start. I fold all of the extra clothes back up and lay them in the crate, instantly creating twice as much space in the thing. I know he's a hoarder, but this is ridiculous. Where does he even find this stuff? Maybe I should ask to go along one of his dumpster diving adventures. Then I can at least find things that are 100% mine. Although that would imply I've seen him past next week. Alright. I'm here for only one reason. To get to resume. I chuckled to myself. Man, I am desperate. Once again, I caved to my desires to kill my boredom and decide to clean the dishes. I give up on trying to convince myself this isn't for Cooper. Mainly because it isn't. He's just lucky he has a bored amnesiac who needs to keep his mind busy. I'm not sure how he gets anything done around here. If he does at all. Wow, I really am thinking about him a lot. I say, putting down one of the freshly cleaned dishes. I guess that's somewhat reasonable. He's the only form of contact I have in this place. It makes sense that I'd cling to any sort of normalcy. Especially considering how not normal some of the things around here are. Although that does beg a few questions. Why do some things seem familiar? The clothes I found, food we've eaten, and now the appearance of this building and the furniture in it remind me of how things are in my own life. Well, from what I can remember, that is. Placing the last dish down, I reach behind my back and gingerly trace around the metal ports embedded in my spine. Maybe I'm not crazy. It's possible this could be a simulation. Rather, given the notion that I could have been attached to something with these, my past life could have been the simulation. There's nothing I can do to prove that Damien or Diana exist after all. Despite it, I shake my head. I'm not letting myself spiral for a second time today. They do exist. My love for both of them isn't something that I made up. The fact that they're all I remember at this point proves my relationship to them is strong. That's what I tell myself anyways. I take a deep breath to calm myself. In due time, I'm going to see them again. I know it. I take another deep breath, although it breaks into a yawn when I go to exhale. Who would have thought apartment cleaning for a hoarder, along with having multiple existential crises, would make one so sleepy? Looking around, there doesn't seem to be any readily available clock. Cooper probably just uses his axiom for that. In that case, I can just use the tablet I found. I need to ask him for the passcode. He did say I could have most of what I found, after all. I might as well get some use out of it. Thankfully, the lock screen has the time on it. It's a little past noon. I've only been up for a few hours, yet I feel totally exhausted. You know what? Screw my sleep schedule. I'm tired. I deserve a nap. It feels like it's been forever since I've had one. And who am I to deny myself of one of life's simplest pleasures? Once I make up my totally not bad decision of sleeping at noon, I rub my stomach for a second. I'm not hungry yet, I guess. I can't imagine I'll be out for that long. I was no stranger to eating lunch at 2 p.m. during my undergrad, after all. I remember when I told Diana that I consider 11:59 a.m. to be breakfast still. Breakfast still? She blew a gasket. It didn't help that I woke up 20 minutes before that since I was... What was I doing? I can't even have an inner monologue without getting stumped. Okay, that's enough distractions for one afternoon. I deserve a bit of R&R. I get myself comfy on the couch again. It's not super cold in the room, but I drape the blanket across my legs anyway. I'm still not sure if my body can regulate its own temperature. I'll need to test the limits of my sense of touch at some point too, but that can come later. For now, I drift off into a well-deserved nap. I'm not sure how long I've been out. No more than a few hours. Even so, I'm starting to wake up. I think someone has turned on one of the lights in the kitchen. It's so exhausting that I chalk it up to nothing but dream shenanigans. That's when I hear the sound of a door open, along with an irritating creak to go with it. Can't even flutter my eyelids open. I decide to say fuck it and try to drift back to sleep. If I die, I die. Russ... say, hey. Hey, Cyrus, wake up. And just like that, the blanket I planted on my head to block out the extra light is torn right off. What? My body aches as I'm forced out of my short slumber. That special kind of ache that makes you feel like you're in slow motion. Damien? What the hell? Don't you Damien me, mister. You promised you'd get up early with me to go running. I limply turn over and look at the alarm clock. It's 5:55 a.m. Said I'd get up at 6. Those extra minutes would have helped. Damien scratches the back of his head. Yeah, sorry about that. I guess I got a bit excited. I can hear his tail swish a bit. We haven't got to hang out like this in a while, so... I exhale with a smile on my face. I can't get mad at him for something like this. No worries, I just had a rough night of sleep. Too rough? Not rough enough to keep me from our date. Damien's ears perk at that as he donned that big goofy smile of his. I can barely see him in the moonlight, but he's as adorable as ever. Although if you want to make up for it, there's still 3 minutes before I promised I'd get up. Sleepily, I pat the extra space on the bed. Mind joining me? I could use some warming up now that someone snatched my blanket. Damien snorts at that before circling around to the other side of my bed. It would be my pleasure to be your body pillow this morning, Sai. Glad to hear it. Just know I intend to hit the snooze button at least once or twice. I guess I can let that slide. Just this once. We giggle as I invite Damien under the covers. His warm fur almost instantly pulls me back asleep, but not before I feel his feline tail curl up around my leg. It's a habit he's picked up from our numerous cuddle sessions. Yeah, that snooze button is going to get a workout this morning for sure. Chapter 3. Bygone. It isn't until I press the snooze button for the 3rd time that Damien finally coerces me to get out of bed. And by coerces, I mean picking me up and bringing me to the bathroom to get ready. Hold up. That is excellent cuddle potential. Babe. I groan with my dry throat and tired voice. Babe, do I need to force you in the shower again? No. I pat his back, our signal for him to put me down. Besides, you know I like to shower after our runs. That's true, but... He dons that mischievous look, one I'm all too familiar with. I was talking more about a cold shower to wake you up. I shudder. That's the last thing I need right now. I know your name is Damien and all, but you don't have to act like the Antichrist first thing in the morning. I tease before giving a long yawn. It's more like the 4th thing in the morning. Someone wanted to cuddle. Who could blame me? Your fur is just so inviting. I cling to him again, face planting into this chest. Ah, my favorite pillows. Damien clears his throat, his voice tinged with embarrassment. Ahem. Sorry, I'll get ready now. You'd better. We'll miss the sunrise at this rate. Oh no, the horror. Once I finally detach myself from my boyfriend, I give myself a moment for another long stretch. I look at the clock. It's nearly 6:20 now. We'll need to hurry. The sun usually rises around 7 this time of year. I was looking forward to our morning workout, to be fair. The Arizona winters are more amicable than up north, so it's actually nice that we can work out together more often. Although that's offset by the summers. It's too odd to even attempt to exercise in July. To that end, we decided to try and run together at least once a week during the winter. Damien didn't complain. His fur made it hard to work out in the summer anyway. Just another thing we have in common. I got some new protein shake stuff the other day. While I get ready, could you make us some? Can do. He's so cute. He beams as he heads out of the bathroom. Just don't take too long or I'll assume he fell back asleep. He looks behind me to the shower. It'd be a shame if I had to get the bucket again. I reach for my razor before taunting him with it. It'd be a shame if a certain tiger gave himself an inverted mohawk again. That was one time. He stammers, to which I snicker at. It's okay, babe. You look good as a hairless cat. He gives me a loud before leaving me to my own devices. He's so cute when he's flustered. I look at myself in the mirror. It's been a few days since I last shaved, so I'm a bit scruffy. Never was one for my own facial hair. Thankfully, it never takes me too long to pretty myself up. Once I finish rinsing the hair down the drain, I go to brush my teeth. I start mentally going over everything I need to do today. This is one day I vowed to take completely off. No studying, no dissertation prep, just spending a nice time with Damien. After about 10 minutes, I look somewhat presentable. Although I'm already looking forward to my shower when we get back. Time to get dressed. Damien's definitely rubbed off on me when it comes to dressing for working out. The sleeveless top and shorts are hard to beat. I look at the clock. It's 6:33. Maybe those extra snoozes were a bad idea. Can't let Damian know that, though. He'd rightfully make fun of me. I scan the room one more time to make sure I have everything. I'm pretty sure I do. Damien is on the couch sorting through his backpack. Hey, I'm just about ready. Got everything? Think so. You? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You sure you don't want earmuffs? Yeah, this temperature is basically spring weather for me. What about you? Don't worry. He pulls up his hood. I came prepared. I can't help but clutch my chest. God, that hoodie is super cute. One of my better investments, that's for sure. I shake my morning butterflies and gesture toward the door. Come on, we got a few miles to get under our belts. Damien puts his backpack on and tosses me a shake. Just try and keep up with me. I don't know, that butt is nice to stare at. Oh wow, someone's feeling frisky this morning. What's the occasion? Oh, nothing, don't get used to it. Wouldn't dream of it. Damien winks and we both laugh before making our way out of the dormitory. It's nice to have a partner who's willing to go along with my quirks. What say you? Want to turn this into a race? Interesting proposition. What do you have in mind? Last run of the goal has to buy the winner whatever they want at the cafe. Oh lord, I don't think I have enough funds to handle your caffeine addiction. Guess you're just going to have to beat me then. I'll see you at the hilltop benches. And with that, Damien speeds off. Hey, no fair. I'm the one who needs the handicap here. I yell as I start trying to catch up to him. It's still fairly dark out, and what's worse is that the nature trail we take doesn't have many lights. Damien told me because he's a tiger he has better night vision, so I usually just follow his lead. He's tripped only a few times on our outings, so it's pretty reliable. I'm usually too nervous to wear headphones at this time of morning. There are a few benches along the path that are by light posts. The path goes around the city. Just by counting the benches, I can somewhat figure how far we've gone. After the 11th one, I call out to Damien through some haggard breathing. Day, let's take a break, okay? I can hear Damien screech to a stop, his breathing not nearly as bad as mine. Sure, it has been a couple of miles. I'm impressed. You could barely run a mile this time last year. All thanks to my wonderful coach. I can't even finish a quip between my gasping breaths. Damien jogs to meet me at the bench, handing me a bottle of water. Take slow sips and don't sip down. It'll make it harder to keep going. I know. I grumble, gratefully as I drink some water. We're about halfway through our run at this point, and thankfully it's been pretty uneventful. Damien notices my constant looking behind us. You okay? Yeah, why? You're unusually tense. What's up? Oh, sorry, not trying to be, but running at this time of morning hasn't been the same for a while. Yeah, I getcha. That's why we'll stick together, okay? I nod. A few months ago, Damien and I ran into someone who I'm pretty sure was a meth head. Thankfully, it was 2-on-1 and the sun was already out. But still, I would rather not have to see Damien bloodied up like that again. It's a big reason why we haven't done this in a while. I didn't think my first time doing real first aid would be on my boyfriend. I shake my head, trying to get rid of my worries. This is supposed to be our safe space. I'm not going to let some druggie ruin that for us. Against my better judgment, I splash some water on my face. The cool night air does its job and snaps me out of my broodiness. Sigh? Whew. Okay, let's keep going. If we want to make it, we'll need to be faster, right? I try to put a brave face on for Damien. We've been looking forward to a day like this for so long. A day where our schedules finally align. He puts on the goofy smile I've fallen for. Right. I sprint past him, but my lead doesn't last long. Not that I mind. A little bit of healthy competition goes a long way. Damien's got that competitive edge to him, even for a morning jog. The silent night is starting to fade, partly due to our excessive panting, but mainly due to the rising sun ahead of us. Come on, Sai. We're almost there. My ability to give a verbal response dissipated about 4 miles ago. I just give him a thumbs up as I force myself up the final hill. Curse my love for this man. I hope he knows he's the only person on Earth I'd do this for. Almost there. Almost there. Damien's waving to me near the top. He's backlit by the rising sun. The only thing keeping me going at this point is him. I have to shield my eyes from the sun. The transition from night to day catches me off guard to the point where I nearly trip. I didn't even realize I already sped past Damien. Thankfully, Damien catches me from behind before I go flying off the hill. Whoa there, Tiger, calm down. My legs are kicking a bit as if I'm still running, but they sputter out soon after being caught. Everything feels like putty, and I have no choice but to slump against Damien's chest. Not that I mind, of course. He's breathing fairly hard too, which calms my own breathing down, ironically enough. Safe to say we took this morning run a little too seriously. You'd think it was a marathon the way we were running. Diana was right. He's really rubbed off on me. I win! Good one. No kidding, I got to my destination first. Huh? I reach up and squish his cheek fluff. I can feel his face flush a bit at that. You haven't made it to the benches yet, but I never said those were my destination. Mine was just to get to you. I snicker. That'll teach him to pull a fast one on me. Literally. Damien huffs and grumbles. Yo, what the heck is going on? He knows when he's lost. You're so lame. There's undeniably some embarrassment in his voice. He's never been one to take a loss easily. You're just lucky I went easy on you this time, on account of it being a while for you. Babe, I run all the time. Just in the afternoon. Time for a victory lap. Damien cuts me off and giggles before he spins me around in his arms. It can't. I swear to God, it can't. Like, he's just so huggable. Like, I just want to, like, hug him. Like, just give him a hug. That's it. He's so huggable. Oh no, it's a signature move. Hey, come on, don't be a sore loser. He's not going fast, but my body is so fried I'm powerless to stop him. Gotta give the winner the attention he deserves. Our joint laughter breaks the morning calm on this hilltop we found ourselves on. Damien's laughter lasts longer than mine. Who would have thought having a laughing fit while recovering from a workout would be so difficult? So lovable. It took us about 15 minutes to recover from our impromptu victory lap. Damien announced that as the loser, he'd get us both some water. There was no way in hell I was going to turn that down. Here, it's warmer than the stuff we brought along. Just drink it slowly. That's my line. Who's trying to become a doctor again? Oh yeah? Who's actually enjoying trying to become a doctor again? Damn, got me there. We clink our paper cones full of water, a classic park commodity. How's that going, by the way? It's going. One of my professors is a complete tool. Most of the other professors make the program manageable. That's good. I was a bit worried. Diana told me you were having trouble adjusting for a while. Yeah, I can't deny it. It's hard to move from your passion to, well, something that isn't your passion. And you're sure you're okay with that? Nope. 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 I've made peace with it. I know my folks just want what's best for me. They're not the only ones. You just let us know if you need anything, alright? Duly noted. Thanks, Day. I rub the top of his head out of appreciation. He almost instantly starts purring. Adorable. What about you? How's your last year of undergrad going? It's... going. His purring stops and he looks down at the ground. I move my hand to his back and begin rubbing in circles. What's going on? It's nothing serious. There is a singular tear in his eye. And it hurts. That's bullshit. Hey now, you can't offer to help me without letting me help you too. What's up? Damien shifts to lean forward. It's not really that serious. I'm just not doing as well as I need to in class. That sounds fairly serious, Damien. I know. Do you want to come over so I can help you? You're already dealing with your master's courses, you and Diana. I don't want to distract either of you just because I'm bad at math. Well, math was no cakewalk for me either. I'm really not looking forward to doing any measurement training. And anyways, I wouldn't have offered to help you if I didn't want to. You can rely on me too, alright? Okay. Damien leans his furry form into me and I give him some more reassuring rubs on his back. From what Diana's told me, he's always had issues with school. He even enrolled later than most people for university and was only able to afford it due to a sports scholarship. We've had our fair share of all-nighters over the past couple of years, even before we started dating. I'm only to spend a month awake just to make sure he keeps his scholarship. Remember that Diana wanted to become a math teacher before grad school? You'd be doing her a favor by letting her teach you. Didn't she used to tutor you when you were growing up? Oh yeah, I wouldn't have been able to make it past Algebra 101 in high school if it weren't for her. I leaned back on the bench, breathing in the refreshing cool air. Actually, we met when we were in 3rd grade. My scores were so bad halfway through the term that my teachers were already prepping me to be held back. I remember being so scared. My stomach was in knots when I called my mom. I was definitely crying and my teacher just shook her head. She wasn't happy, of course, but she tried to calm me down. From what I've heard, she's never been the kind of mom to punish you when you're trying your best. She certainly had a way of seeing the whole picture. When Dad got home, he tried to help me the best he could with my homework, until Mom came home. He wasn't very good at math either, though I think I got that from him. I shake my head, getting off topic. Anyway, I remember what happened after that call very well. It's one of my only vivid memories from back then. I had my face down on my desk with my arms around my head to block out the light, sniveling and crying. Then a heavy textbook slammed on my desk. I jumped up, trying to hide my crying. Hey, why are you crying so dang much? Well, well, what? Spit it out already. Sorry, I haven't been doing very well lately, and do you need some help? Huh? Well, have no fear, Diana is here. Damien and I burst out laughing over my impression of her. She really was a 9-year-old superhero. Ever since then, she's had my back and vice versa. That's honestly so cheesy I might cry. Wouldn't blame you. She really was that kind of kid. She told me that she used to get picked on too, and that she got in trouble for kicking someone's teeth out. To be fair, they were already rotting out of their skull from all the candy they stole from me. Damien snorts at that before pulling me under his arm for a side hug. Well, if you ever run into more candy-stealing douchebags, you just give me a ring and I'll be there ASAP. Aw, come on, at least let me try and fight my own battles. I can handle myself. Can you? Hey, I'll have you know I've beaten Diana before. You mean the time she got her wisdom teeth out and despite the fact she was hopped up on loopy gas, still nearly kicked your ass? So I was thinking of getting a double shot espresso frappe from the cafe with extra whipped cream. I try to casually change the subject. My failure is obvious. Daring today, aren't we? Damien teases as he ruffles my hair. Normally I'd tell him to stop, but it's already a mess, so I let it go. This time. You know, that's a good point. Since it's your treat, I should think of something extravagant. I'm not sure how extravagant you're gonna get at that old joint. Guess we better head over there and find out. I sit up to stretch. My legs still feel a bit tight, but not enough to keep me from part 2 of our date. Damien takes my hand and we start our trek down the hill. We're gonna leave off here tonight. fuck off, Cooper. Make way for Damien. I cannot think of much to say. So we're just gonna go ahead and head off. Stay safe, have a good night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.